Hello everyone. In today's video we're going to be taking a look at an article from CNBC that was published on August 9th, written by Catherine Clifford. And this one's a good one because, well, as you can see, it's in the entrepreneurs section, and nothing speaks to entrepreneurship more than giving people free shit. I mean, I couldn't make this fucking shit up. Okay, CNBC is going to put an article in the entrepreneurs section and talk about giving out the quote-unquote free shit. Okay, another tech titan joins Elon Musk and Mark Zuckerberg in supporting free cash handouts for Americans. First off, it ain't free, because the taxpayers are going to pay for it, which will be the middle class, not these guys. All right? If these guys want to pay, have Americans to get free cash handouts, why aren't they dipping into their own fucking pockets instead of going out and blowing money on shit that they are, like Elon Musk stealing land in Hawaii from natives, okay, for his fucking estate? You know, I mean, come on now. You don't see Elon Musk going, well, I could go without, you know, a mansion in Hawaii on tribal lands that I've stolen. I could do that. And I could take that money and I could give it to people so that they can go off and use it for other things. But no, he's putting that shit out there for his own benefit. And when I say out there, it ain't going to the general public. It's going to pay contractors. It's going to pay lawyers, okay? It's going to pay fucking a pissant sum for the land that he's stealing. Because even if you're throwing some money, okay, and you're taking it from them or are using manipulation of the legal system, you're still stealing it from them. So you don't see these people going, oh yeah, I'll pay out of my own pocket. But yet, Elon Musk is the biggest fucking government corporate welfare queen bitch out there. None of his companies would be there today if it wasn't for the fact of Uncle fucking Sam footing the bill. That's a simple fucking fact. And he wants to talk about free shit that he doesn't want to pay the taxes on, I'm sure. Let's get into this article. One by one, some of the biggest names in tech are publicly supporting the idea of giving cash handouts to all Americans. Yeah, handouts that they know they're not going to be paying, and that the middle class is going to have to foot the bill of. The latest is self-made multimillionaire Stuart Butterfield, the CEO and co-founder of the workplace chat program Slack. Okay. It's not like he's some big fucking player that's out there like, you know, Jack from fucking Twitter or friggin', you know, suck a nut with Facebook. So here he is. He's the co-founder of the workplace chat program Slack, which is reportedly in the process of raising $500 million at a $5 billion valuation. Okay, that's not bad for venture capital. It's not bad. Butterfield also co-founded Flickr, which sold to Yahoo reportedly for $35 million. This guy ain't hurting. But you don't see him doing the, like, monk life thing, fur shirt, you know, hair shirt, and giving up even a chunk of his wealth. But yet, he wants free cash, quote unquote, to be handed out to people. That's a little fucked up. He joins Tesla and SpaceX CEO Elon Musk, Facebook CEO Mark Zuckerberg, and Y Combinator President Sam Altman, who all say that society will both need and benefit from universal basic income, a guaranteed gash. Yeah, they are a bunch of pussy bitches, so cash, yeah. Freudian slip. A guaranteed cash payment given to every resident, irrespective of employment status. So basically, they want the government to hand people enough money for subsistence existence, and thinks that they're going to go and then do things to better their shit. No, most people are lazy fuckers. And if they can get away with getting universal basic income, food stamps, on top of that, because heaven forbid they actually pay out of that, theft by the government to give to other people. How, heaven forbid that those people actually pay out of that to feed themselves. So they'll have food stamps, and they'll have Section 8 housing. And when you have all those things, why would someone want to work? They got no incentive to. That's one thing that they're not talking about with this. And society will not need or benefit from a universal basic income. And at least from my perspective and how I see it, this is why. When you have, because what they're looking at is like with Elon Musk. I just did a video that I still have to edit to get out on Elon Musk with his taking Tesla and looking to target the long haul truck driving industry, with his electric trucks being run using driverless technology, therefore cutting out drivers. And the problem is regardless of if he's able to get his long haul electric semi truck off the drawing board and something and turned into something practical, the technology he's working on, along with Alphabet, which is Google, YouTube's parent company, and others, okay, that technology is literally going to put over half of the employed population out of work pretty much overnight. I mean, that's how much of an employer long-haul trucking is. And they're looking at their bottom lines. They're looking at the fact of, I want to be richer, I want to be richer. And exploiting situations. So, let's take the human out of truck driving. We'll make it automated, we'll make a killing, we'll corner the market. They get richer, and you get these people that are now out of work. And we're talking about people who have become part of this clique that's all about micromanaging the economy, as opposed to letting it operate on its own and rebound where it needs to, and slow down in other areas, and instead of allowing it to do its natural thing. Their control makes it so that you can't have these people ending up in new industries or new fields like you would without them micromanaging everything. And that being the case, you have to throw them a bone. You just destroyed their lives. That's how they're seeing it. And they figure, oh, well, what's left of the middle class? They can foot the bill. Because that's how everything pretty much gets funded in this country. And it's bankrupting the middle class. We have an ever-shrinking middle class in this country, and we have been having that. And it's going to get to a point where we don't have a middle class anymore. And it's because of taxation. It's because of micromanaging the economy. It's because of all these things. That's why people got behind and elected Donald Trump as president. And these fucking retards want to push more of the shit that they're doing to fucking destroy the economy so that they can get richer. To destroy jobs so that they can get richer. That's all this is. So you have their tweet here. I mean, look at Austin Aldred. I think it was Stewart that originally pointed that out, but nearly every huge company I can think of started that way. Bullshit. Because you look at Stewart's tweet. Doesn't have to be much, but giving people even a small amount, a very small safety net would unlock a huge amount of entrepreneurialism. Bullshit! Dude, you have to be high as a fucking kite to think that socialism and your little fucks in your clique controlling the economy so that you guys stay on top is going to fucking unlock a huge amount of entrepreneurialism. No, this is about you guys wiping out vast swaths of employment in the United States and not allowing for the economy to be open and for there to be competition because you guys are all afraid of competition. That's a fact of life. That's a fact of the situation. That's a fact of what you guys are doing. I mean, you guys reek of this being the case. You stink of it. It doesn't have to be much, but giving people even a very small safety net, I mean, that's just some fucked up shit that he would even think that. That is so fucked up. And what's even more fucked up is this guy is completely clueless to history. Or the fact that with a rigged economy that doesn't allow for the open exchange of goods and services and money, without that, you can't have entrepreneurialism. You can't have entrepreneurship. I mean, this is what's fucked up. Well, look at his next tweet. If you can afford to take any risks, if you can't afford to take any risks, you generally won't take any risks. Bullshit. Every single fucking man. That's right, man. White fucking man. To all you leftist little fucks, okay? And this isn't about race or anything like that. I just want to make a point, okay? Every single white fucking man that made this country as great as it is, okay? Yes, there were some shitbags who fucking exploited the fuck out of things, but then they contributed their fucking a large chunk of their family, their personal wealth, okay, to things to make up for that. All right? But look at the founder of Standard Oil. Didn't have a fucking pot to piss in. Took a risk. Henry fucking Ford. Didn't have a pot to piss in. Took a risk. Henry Ford did a lot too for Detroit. Did a lot too for minorities. I mean, hell, Tucker. The man, I mean, I know I'm on this like automotive thing, but Tucker. Okay, Preston Tucker. Didn't have much. What he did have, he took a risk. Well, he was middle class, had a business, but he took all of that money and took a risk, which he could have just said, no, I'm not going to take a risk because I got a family, I got a wife, with wife and kids and all that. But he took a risk. Pretty much everyone that's made a groundbreaking contribution has done that. That's what this country was fucking founded on, you moron. Taking a risk with, on the note of the British colonists coming over. Okay? Couple shillings in your pocket. And you're fucking coming all the way across the Atlantic fucking Ocean to settle over here and be an entrepreneur. Start a business. Make some money. Better yourself. That has been the history of this country from the fucking beginning. Okay? Yet, you want to make it sound like this is something that we need? That's something that is necessary for people to take a risk? Come on now. Twitter user Austin Aldred, founder of Lambda School, which provides students a computer science education with little or no upfront costs, notes that giant tech behemoths like Facebook and Microsoft were started by founders who were getting financial support from their parents. That is the universal basic income argument that's compelling to me, he tweets. That little cushion is so valuable. So Austin here wants the government, Big Brother, to be your fucking parent. Oh shit. Oh, and you gotta look at his narrow fucking view of things. You really do, because, I mean, just look at this. I mean, he notes giant tech behemoths like Facebook and Microsoft were started by founders who were getting financial support from their parents. More than financial support. They had silver fucking spoons up their asses. That's not a universal basic income argument. You are so, oh my God, talk about conflating something. Let's conflate a parent paying for their now adult child. Well, let's conflate that. A parent paying for a young adult child college education, possibly throwing them a few bucks for, miscellaneous stuff while they're at school. And yeah, we'll say, oh yeah, that's a good argument for basic income. No, because the thing is, they're going to college, they're from upper middle class, and if their parents want to do that, it's not a fucking right that they're getting that money. It's a fucking privilege, because their parents said, you know what? I could have cut you off at 18 years old. Said, you're an adult, kid. Have fun. There's the real world. But no. I'm going to go and pay for you to go to school so that you have that bullshit advantage of a college education today. Poor people still go to college. Still are able to get through it financially, mentally, emotionally. So your argument is fucking moot. It's not, you're not talking about a little cushion either here. Okay? When you are talking about a universal basic income, which people can go look this up, you are talking about the government paying someone what amounts to fucking welfare to cover their basic living expenses, like food and shelter. But you're still going to have the other programs like food stamps and other assistance, so that they're going to end up with extra fucking money. This does not motivate entrepreneurship. This motivates people sitting on their asses. And with that, sloth. That's what this fucking promotes. You want proof of this? Just look at all the fat fuckers in the UK that are on welfare. Okay? That is a welfare fucking state. And you have all these fat fuckers sitting on their asses, collecting what amounts to what people would call a universal basic income by their standards. They could be getting fat, I would think, because they're sitting on their asses. But that's just me. I'm sure, if they were out working, earning a living, they wouldn't be the fat fucks they are. So if you think this is going to spawn entrepreneurship, no, it's going to, on that note, the only thing it's going to spawn on the note of entrepreneurship is someone's going to come up with a way to take a wall off the side of a house and get a forklift in so they can remove these fat fuckers and take them to a hospital. That's what this is going to fucking amount to on the note of entrepreneurship. Indeed, it's the same argument made by Zuckerberg himself. Well, of course. Well, of course it's made by Zuckerberg. He's a globalist little shit pig. Okay? Anything like this. Anything that's a handout from the government, which really isn't a handout because someone's got to pay for it, and that's going to be the middle class. Okay? It bankrupts the government because you have people who are able-bodied, who can earn a living, that won't. They're not contributing. They're just leeching. And you get so many of those people that even in a Ponzi scheme growing population, you're going to exceed what you get coming in depending on how many lazy fucks you have. That's a fact of life. If I had to support my family growing up instead of having time to code, if I didn't know I'd be fine if Facebook didn't work out, I wouldn't be standing here today, says Zuckerberg in his Harvard commencement speech in May. The tech titan grew up financially secure thanks to his dad's career as a dentist. Here's what's fucked up. He stole Facebook. They did more of the fucking shit than he did. So here he is. He's taking credit for coding something that he fucking stole from someone else. And he's saying, well, if it wasn't for my daddy taking care of my ass and not raising me to understand right from fucking wrong, because he was out working all the time instead of fucking, busting his ass, because he was doing that to support him. Obviously, he didn't show this guy shitbag what right from wrong was. Okay? But it allowed for him to do that. So he thinks, okay, well, because my father sacrificed like that, Uncle Sam should fucking sacrifice like that. That's not how fucking shit works. Okay? And something like this would only bankrupt the fucking country, which is part of what they want. Because he's a globalist. They want this open border, low fucking unskilled wage, fucking bankrupt the country, have the bankers come in and take it over, and we need to bring in the North American Union to save you guys financially like we did the EU, when the EU is a fucking shit show, and they'd be talking out, they'll talk out their ass about how great the EU is while they're fucking us over. Doing shit like this. Now it's time to define a new social contract for our generation. We should explore ideas like universal basic income to give everyone a cushion to try new things, Zuckerberg says. But this is the problem. When you have someone parenting you, when you have someone wiping your fucking ass, which is proverbially what this is. Alright, metaphorically, that's what it is. When you have someone doing that, you won't take care of yourself. You won't. You're going to fucking mooch off the system. You're going to mooch off of your parent, Uncle Sam, because that's what Uncle Sam will become. I mean, here's what's fucked up. Is he's talking about his generation, the millennial generation. A lot of them are already mooching off of their fucking parents. A lot of them are unemployed. A lot of them have no income of their own. And they're living off of their parents. Their parents are supporting them. So we're going to pass the burden from the parent on to Uncle Sam, which is going to cost more because it's bureaucracy and bullshit filled. Are you kidding me? How about the parent tell them to get off their fucking asses, get out of the basement, get some fucking sunlight, and go get a goddamn job? Huh? I mean, because unlike what CNBC will tell you, thanks to President Trump being in office, we've actually been seeing record job number growth. Something like record numbers higher than what we've seen in 16 years. So, you don't need universal fucking income when someone can go out and get a decent paying job. And what's to stop them from working that job, saving up some money, and then devoting full time to taking a risk? Or keeping their job, being an entrepreneur while doing so, and starting something. Nothing. There's no need for universal fucking income. This wouldn't be a cushion to try new things. This would be something, and he knows this. This would be something to get people hooked on the fucking state. He's a fucking globalist pig. He's a sleazy, scummy, fucking stealing Facebook, using people's fucking personal information on it, which goes back to when he was at Harvard, scumbag. Okay, this is about getting people fucking hooked on the government fucking tit. It's that simple. And he knows this. But if he tries to sell it like that, people are like, wait a minute, you want me hooked on the government tit? Why would you want that? Because it means that he's going to fucking work. It benefits him somehow, some way, in some way, shape, or form. In July, Zuckerberg also commented on the positive benefits of the statewide cash handout program in Alaska. You mean the one that's going bankrupt? Okay. Seeing how Alaska put this dividend in place reminded me of a lesson I learned early at Facebook. Organizations think profoundly differently when they're profitable than when they're in debt. When you're losing money, your mentality largely is about survival, he says. Dude, when you were at Facebook and times were fucking tough, they weren't tough for you because you had daddy to fall back on. So don't be talking like you got a fucking clue, number one. Number two, Alaska's going fucking bankrupt with this shit right now. That's a fact. It ain't the good old days of, the 80s when, actually, we'll say when it started, okay? Through the 80s, because the 80s was the peak, okay? This isn't the days of the 80s with, Dallas on TV showing shit in Texas and people in Alaska going, well, those Texans ain't getting money from the state, but we are watching it on satellite. I mean, this isn't those days. Not only that, okay, we are talking about a state where a lot of people use that few $1,000s to go a full year because they live off the land. They're not contributing to society. They're not being entrepreneurs. They're living in a shack or a cabin out in the middle of nowhere, shitting in a bucket, killing deer and moose and bear and other animals to survive. And, I mean, take that into account. Your whole thing of Alaska and that being a good idea is complete fucking shit. And it's not even a universal basic income. It's only a few $1,000s. What is it, like $7,000 or something like that? It's not that much. I mean, what Zuckerberg and these fucknuts would want would be a hell of a lot more money. They'd probably want someone to get 10, 12, 14, 20 grand a year. And probably more, knowing these morons. And the thing is again, your ass was covered. When you were working at Facebook, were you one of the ones there that was going out without? Or were your mommy and daddy making sure that you had money so that you could buy food and pay your rent and things like that? And Be honest. I'm guessing they did. Musk thinks universal basic income is going to be a virtual necessity as more low-skilled jobs are replaced by robots and automation. Again, Musk here, he's a sleazy fuck and he knows what's going to happen. He knows he's going to destroy with his automation. He's seeing this. He's seeing that I'm going to take my corporate fucking welfare to develop this automated driving for a long-haul electric truck, semi, which, regardless of that coming out, you know, whether he's able to get it off the drawing board, he has the automation technology. He wants to sell that and make as much money as he possibly can. And he's going to do so on the government dime, and he's going to pocket all the profits. And in the process, he's going to wipe out over half of the job force's jobs that they're working right now, almost overnight. And he knows this. So he's looking at the fact of, I ain't going to pay for it, but, you know, I'm going to ruin these guys' lives. They need to get some basic fucking income so that they can live subsistently. You know, he's a fucking globalist. He's not about doing these good and positive things. He's about literally helping the globalists bring in their fucking Marxist friggin' utopia. He's all for that shit because he knows that he's not one of the breeders and feeders. He's one of the special ones. So to him, he's got no problem wiping out over half the employment in the United States overnight. And he figures, well, like I said, got to keep the breeders and feeders just fucking getting by. That's what his plan is. Anyone who doesn't see him for what he is and what he's doing with that is a fucking moron, in my opinion. No offense. Okay, but you are. He's got a nefarious fucking plan. There's no altruistic thing with this. Altman agrees. I'm fairly confident at some point in the future, as technology continues to eliminate traditional jobs and massive new wealth gets created, we're going to see some version of UBI at a national scale, he writes. Let's break through this. He says he's fairly confident at some point in the future, with as technology continues to eliminate traditional jobs and massive new wealth gets created. So, okay, this is what he's talking about. It's going to destroy traditional jobs, like the truck drivers Elon Musk is going after right now. The same truck drivers that Alphabet Inc., which is largely stock-wise a percentage of it is Soros-owned. I shouldn't say largely, but there's a large chunk of Alphabet, a good chunk of the stock that's owned by Soros, by George fucking Soros, and they're working on the same thing. And there's no need to develop this technology, but yet they're going to. And they're going to use it to eliminate over half the employed positions in this country. And they realize when the massive wealth that they're pocketing, because they're talking about massive wealth being created. They're not talking about massive wealth that the little guy is going to see going into their pocket. You know, the poor, all the way, the poor going to middle class and middle class on. The only people that are going to see that massive wealth, okay, are people like Musk, are people like Altman. That's who is going to fucking see it. No one else. They know this. That's why they're pushing this UBI bullshit. That's why. He's working on a pilot program in Oakland, California to study how people behave when they are given such payments. Which, they're going to find what I've already told you. You give people this fucking money, they're not going to get off their fucking asses. It's no different than welfare. Welfare has proven that will happen. But yet, we'll call it something different and we'll fucking hand the shit out while the middle class pays for it. You guys are fucking delusional. To think that people, as in the masses, are going to be too stupid to see through this. See, you're looking through millennial fucking eyes, okay, on the note of being a millennial or what a millennial wants. And millennials these days want fucking, because Bernie got it in their heads, free fucking shit. And don't realize that shit isn't free. That nothing is free in this world. But because some fucking crooked fucking Jew, because some fucking crooked fucking Jew, friggin' who claim, you know, who's sitting there claiming to be a fucking commie, all right, and regardless of his religion, I don't know why I brought that up, because I'm not an anti-Semite, but you got some crooked fucking Jew here who's going, oh, we need a universal income, we need this, we need that. And he's got no way to pay for the shit, but because millennials are spoiled, petulant children. They've never been told no. And when they're offered something, they, oh, give me. And it was like, with him, their parents saying, I'll give you this, that, and the other thing. And, oh, give me. And they're too stupid to realize that someone's got to pay for that shit. They don't get it. And what he's going to realize is, I'm fucking right. And he's going to hide that shit. Altman will fucking hide that shit. Because he's been brought into the little globalist fucking clique. I'm sure of it. If he's pushing this shit, I would bet on it. Even as Silicon Valley thought leaders talk openly about the idea of cash handouts, it is not likely to become a reality in the near term. Holy shit. Talk about a 1984 fucking type of term. Thought leaders. Oh God, CNBC. Interesting choice here with your author on that particular statement. Was it his or your editor's? Because that is so fucking 84 speak. As Silicon Valley thought leaders talk openly. I mean, that so fucking is. Culturally, the U.S. is a country that celebrates the idea of working hard to get ahead. And politically, the current administration is trying to repeal the universal basic health care. Yeah, because it goes against that. Because it is a fucking drain on the system. Because it was written with the fucking neocon establishment fucking Republicans and Democrats with the insurance companies to benefit said insurance companies. Okay? It's designed to bankrupt healthcare so that they can bring in single payer. It's designed to lower the quality of healthcare. Get a fucking clue. But you're going to misrepresent that. Anyways, I've pretty much reached the end of the article and all I have to say. If you like the video, hit the thumbs up. If you want to see more of my content, definitely subscribe. If you want to be alerted to when I have new videos come out, definitely ring that bell. Thank you all. Have a good one.